ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Help may be coming for local restaurants that will open to new but familiar restrictions tomorrow. Good evening, I'm Kimberly Hunt. Indoor dining rooms must close for at least 3 weeks after concerning COVID numbers this weekend. And as ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala shows us, some businesses are committed to keeping their staff employed.
All of a sudden, you can't serve meals inside anymore.
It was the announcement San Diego was bracing for, but hoping wouldn't come. No more dining inside of restaurants for at least 3 weeks as positive COVID-19 cases continue to rise.
I wanted to make sure to provide a lifeline.
While indoor dining won't be allowed starting Tuesday, outdoor dining can continue, and Poway Mayor Steve Voss is hoping to make things a little easier.
We could buy some picnic tables, putting in parking lots and adjacent areas. As long as they need them, then we can repurpose them in the parks.
He says it would be paid for by the CARES Act, free to any Poway restaurant in need with no permits required. The proposal will head to City Council Tuesday night for approval. Meanwhile, restaurant owners across the county are trying their best to stay afloat through the constant changes.
We've been thinking what we could do, and we are going to open for outdoor dining and give it our best shot.
Susan Malika owns Charlie's Family Restaurant in Escondido. She says she'll be making sure all of her employees keep their jobs and putting her outdoor patio tables to use.
Currently there's 4, but we are going to add more, and they will be 6 feet apart. For sure.
While outdoor seating isn't the most ideal for some, it has proven to be successful in beach communities.
At our venues, I think it's been really good outdoors.
Steve Thomas is the general manager at Belmont Park, where Cannonball Sushi and Beach House Bar and Grill already operate outside. But changes will be made at Draft South Mission to expand outdoor seating in hopes of keeping the restaurant fully in business.
People are able to come and feel safe and comfortable and get a nice meal.
Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
And San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer says that the city is finalizing a new ordinance that will go to the City Council for approval. It would cut fees and streamline permits, making it easier for businesses to operate outdoors. Faulconer sent us a statement saying, in part, on Tuesday, I will be signing an emergency executive order that will waive the regulatory requirements and help restaurants expand their service outdoors, increasing physical distance between employees and customers. San Diego City Council member Chris Cate is asking state and county leaders to shorten the amount of time that businesses will have to stay closed. He wrote a letter to the county supervisors and also sent it to the governor. He says today's statement is an order has the effect of setting our businesses back 3 months. And this is particularly discouraging to San Diego businesses who have been faithfully following the mandated health guidelines. Cate wants today's new health orders reevaluated in 2 weeks instead of 3. And we're getting our first big look at where the PPP loan money went in San Diego. The government released its data today, and Team 10 has been going through it. So far, we have learned nearly 4,000 local businesses each received more than $150,000, and 38 got between $5 and $10 million. Businesses that received money include Phil's Barbecue in Point Loma, the Roman Catholic Bishop of San Diego, Francis Parker School, and the Boys and Girls Club. Team 10 is continuing to analyze the data. We'll have more for you later this week on ABC 10 News. And deported if your college classes go solely online. Those are the new guidelines released by ICE today for international students studying in the U.S. The news comes as many universities plan to continue online learning through the fall because of the pandemic. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo spoke to one student who plans to start a business, and now those plans are in limbo.
The modifications mean that anyone doing all online classes with a student visa must leave the country or transfer to a school with in-person learning. The modifications were posted on ICE's website, outlining the new rules for students on F1 or M1 visas, saying students may not take a full online course load and remain in the United States, and that the Department of State won't issue visas to students enrolled in programs that are fully online or allow them into the country.
To me, it's like a ban on F1 visas. It's another ban, but it's not. They don't call it a ban.
Jacob Sapochnik is a local immigration attorney. This news comes as many schools, including SDSU and UCSD, are moving to all online or a hybrid format with some in-person learning. One of Sapochnik's clients is a student at UC Berkeley.
It's dumbfounding. I don't know what to do. I'm put in a position where I'm against the wall, and then you have to figure out what to do. It's really hard.
Freddie is from the Middle East. He has 3 master's degrees and focuses his studies in healthcare. He has 1 year left at Berkeley.
How do I cater the U.S. market when it doesn't want me here? And it's really kind of coming to that.
Freddie hoped to one day start a business in digital healthcare in San Diego, but that's now up in the air.
Trying to help people. I am trying to help the economy, yet I don't understand why I am unwanted here.
In their modified guidelines, ICE said they had issued a temporary exemption regarding online courses for the spring and summer semesters. If a student attends a school with a hybrid model, the school must certify that the program is not entirely online and that the student is taking the minimal amount of online classes. Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
Here are the latest numbers for San Diego County. There were 274 new cases reported today. That brings our total to 17,000. No new deaths were reported, so that number remains unchanged at 387. Half of all cases could be coming from silent spreaders. That's according to scientists who say asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic people are a primary driver in transmitting the coronavirus. They say more than a third of those infections would need to be identified and isolated to suppress a future outbreak. And that's assuming that COVID-19 is the most contagious during the pre-symptomatic stage. Community activists are questioning police after a man who was already in custody slipped out of handcuffs, grabbed an officer's gun, and opened fire. Today, ABC 10 News investigative reporter Jennifer Kastner spoke to a critic who's demanding the immediate release of body camera video.
A police spokesperson says they are working hard to get this video out. Officers say this happened after a suspect was left alone in a squad car, which has raised some concerns. The investigation continues Monday night into how officers got into a shooting with an arrestee who reportedly uncuffed himself at San Diego Police headquarters.
It does happen, but there's a tricky line to walk between having the handcuffs too tight where they can't come off, but then that also means that they can cause damage to a person that's under arrest, and that's not our goal.
Lieutenant Andrew Brown says they were called to the Westgate Hotel Sunday night after a 25-year-old Hispanic man threatened security workers. After officers took him in, they report he slipped out of his cuffs, broke a divider, grabbed a backup gun from an officer's gear bag in another part of the car, all while he was alone in the car and officers were away processing paperwork.
They were in the area of the vehicle. It's not like they were, hundreds of yards away. They do maintain visual contact, and there are other officers that are in the area.
It is not safe for the individual who has been arrested, and it is not safe for the officers who are leaving them in the car with weapons.
Community activist Tasha Williamson says he should have never been left alone. Officers say once they noticed the suspect, they claim he fired at least one round after refusing their commands to drop the gun. So they report they fired at him, striking him in the torso, but they say he still got out of the car with the gun and ignored their commands. Officers say a canine then took him down. Williamson has been demanding the release of body camera video within 24 hours of the shooting, like police did last week after rounds were fired with a robbery suspect. Police say this time it will take longer.
It is not sufficient, and what they are telling the public is that when there is no outcry, they'll take their time at releasing the video.
SDPD is hoping to release the video within a couple of days. The suspect was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 3 officers who were involved are on paid administrative leave as the department investigates, which is standard protocol. Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
San Diego Sheriff deputies say the woman who was shot and killed in Bonita on the 4th was 19 years old. Detectives identified her today as Janessa Del Valle. Investigators say she was shot Saturday night about 7:30 after a fight between several women near apartments on Cedarwood Road. Witnesses gave Del Valle CPR before she was taken to the hospital. She was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. And deputies are still looking for the shooter, whom they have not identified. And an ongoing gas leak has forced about 30 people from their homes in Paradise Hills. SDG&E says a car crashed into a gas meter outside a home on Potomac Street about 9, causing the leak. And right now, crews are still trying to contain it. The San Diego Fire Department told ABC 10 News it expects to stay on scene for at least another hour. There are questions surrounding a photo of a British socialite that the FBI says helped lure young girls to be sexually assaulted by the late Jeffrey Epstein. It shows Ghislaine Maxwell sitting alongside actor Kevin Spacey on a throne in Buckingham Palace. The pair had reportedly been invited by Prince Andrew, who has come under public pressure to explain his relationship with Epstein, as well as allegations of sexual assault.
Prince Andrew should be panicking at the moment. Because Ghislaine doesn't really care about anyone else but Ghislaine.
Maxwell was arrested Friday, and Buckingham Palace has declined to comment on this photo.